My name is Elias Graves, and tonight I will tell you about a road that became fear. In the year 1884, Briar Road was the only passage connecting the mountain town of Gray Hollow to the trading valley below. Wagons carried grain, medicine, timber, and letters. Without Briar Road, Gray Hollow would starve. The forest surrounding the road was thick and ancient, its branches woven so tightly that sunlight barely touched the dirt. Then the horses began refusing to walk it. They would rear and scream near the tree line, eyes rolling white, nostrils flaring at something no one could see. Drivers blamed scent, wolves, superstition, until the first wagon vanished. It was found 2 miles down the road, wheels shattered, cargo gone, wood crushed inward like it had been hugged by something massive. There were no tracks, only long drag marks disappearing into the underbrush. A week later, a father and daughter failed to return from market. Their bodies were discovered near the creek, broken and folded wrong, as if the bones had softened before being twisted. Fear shut the road down. Supplies dwindled. Children grew thin. Sickness spread without medicine. Neighboring towns avoided Gray Hollow entirely. People began calling the road cursed. During a tense town gathering, a young widow named Clara Whitmore stood up. Her husband had been one of the missing traders. Her grief had hollowed her eyes but sharpened her voice.
My
grandmother told me of a man, Clara said, a hunter who tracks things that aren't meant to live. He saved her village once in Kentucky. Some laughed, some prayed, some listened. Desperation won. Messengers rode for 3 days into dangerous territories, following old rumors and fading campfire stories. On the 4th evening, a stranger arrived. His name was Nathaniel Pike. His coat smelled of smoke and iron. Deep scars crossed his hands and throat. His rifle was etched with strange markings. His eyes carried the steady patience of someone who had waited for death many times and learned how to outwait it. He studied the road in silence. He knelt in the dirt. He touched broken bark. He tasted ash-like residue on the stones. "It's not an animal," Pike said. "It's a mimic feeder. It learned this road the way a spider learns a web." That night, a group of armed men ignored Pike's warning and attempted to escort a supply wagon. Only one returned, screaming that the trees themselves had moved. 3 more graves were dug. Pike realized the creature hunted vibration and memory. It remembered where wagons always slowed, where wheels always rattled, where fear always peaked. "You cannot outrun something that lives inside habit," he said. Clara insisted on helping. Guilt burned inside her like coals. She wanted the road free, even if it killed her. Pike did not argue. He saw the same fire in her eyes he once carried himself. They laid a trap. Heavy iron bells were buried beneath loose soil to create false vibrations. Resin-soaked wood was hidden under brush. Ox blood was poured along a narrow bend where the road naturally slowed. On the chosen night, fog swallowed the forest. Clara walked the road alone, ringing a handbell. The ground began to pulse. The air thickened. The thing unfolded from the trees. It looked like a moving knot of bark and bone stitched together by muscle. Its limbs shifted constantly, bending into wrong shapes. Parts of it copied textures around it. Stone, wood, shadow, never fully becoming any of them. It screamed without a mouth. It lunged. The buried bells detonated its senses. Resin ignited. Flames crawled across its surface like living veins. It adapted. It charged through fire. Pike fired harpoon rounds into its mass and anchored chains into buried posts. The creature dragged him violently across the dirt, shredding flesh and bone. Clara pulled the final lever. The ground collapsed into an old mining pit hidden beneath the road. The beast fell screaming into darkness, tearing itself apart on jagged stone and iron spikes. The earth sealed over it. Silence returned. Pike survived, barely. His body was broken, his breathing shallow. Clara held his hand until dawn. He left 2 weeks later, walking with a cane and carrying fewer weapons than before. Briar Road reopened. Trade returned. Children laughed again. Clara planted wildflowers where the pit had closed. Sometimes, late at night, the soil still settles, and travelers swear the road hums faintly beneath their boots, as if something deep below still remembers the rhythm of hunger. My name is Elias Graves, and some roads never truly forget what they have swallowed.